One Place Creative collaborated with Space Studios, delivering a range of workshops led by talented artists with a mixture of backgrounds. The workshop started virtually due to lockdown, and once everything had eased, was able to return physically. In total, there were 6 workshops: the making of paper flower crowns, the creations of 3D abstract sculptures, the discovery of little bookmaking, which we learnt were also called zines, the creativity of acrylic painting, the imagination of fantastical spaces, which explored colour, shape and form, and lastly the assembly of hanging mobile making. And here is what we got up to. So what's your name and your art background?
So my name's Katie, and my art background, I'm a visual artist. I used to work in fashion and product design, and recently, in the last 2 years, I've started a visual arts practice with body adornment, sculpture and moving image.
My name's Griffey. I've always painted or done some sort of drawing. I always did that from quite a young age. I didn't go to art school, but it was just something that I always did. I didn't even really know, being an artist or a maker was an option. It was just something that, like I said, I did. And then I gradually moved on to experimenting with different objects and paint. I'm currently working with reclaimed objects and items, looking at shape, form and pattern. And there's also an element of mindfulness to it.
My name's Emily Tracy. I have always loved making things, and so I went to art school and I studied painting. Once I'd done that, I decided that I wanted to make artwork for public spaces, for communities, for festivals, for museums, for schools, but not art galleries.
My name is Simon Willems. My art background, I'm a painter, mainly working with kind of oil painting and acrylic and watercolour. I did a degree in fine art, and then I went to the Royal College of Art, did a MA in painting, and then I did a PhD through Reading University in fine art.
I'm Rebecca Byrne. I'm an artist from Chicago, and I started getting into art when I was in high school, and I went to the Art Institute in the summer program.
My name's Emma Douglas, and I'm a conceptual artist, working in lots of different mediums, in painting, sculpture, printmaking, film, photography, and an installation.
And what workshop did you deliver?
So I delivered the flower paper crown workshop, and it was in celebration of May Day. So we were making paper flower crowns using origami techniques.
In the workshop, we made sculptures from reclaimed objects.
I delivered a zine making workshop, and we made some really simple collaged zines. And a zine is a self-published magazine. It's a way of getting artwork and ideas, points of view, ways you're feeling out into the world.
I delivered an acrylic workshop where people were working mainly from found images and really looking at the sort of materiality of paint and using materials around using acrylic.
The workshop I did was called based on the idea of fantastical spaces and making your own dream space. So I was thinking about the Serpentine Pavilion in Hyde Park and how every summer an architect makes a space that's kind of their dreams, that isn't necessarily permanent or realistic. And so that's what we did with paint and collage and drawing.
So today's workshop was a mobile building workshop. There were 2 options. One was to make a mobile with coat hangers so that it could be hung high, and the other one was in a small milk bottle where the mobile was ending up as a sort of something you could put on a table.
I think it went really well. It wasn't such a big group, but the reception from the participants was quite good. At some point, sometimes it was challenging on Zoom, but we had quite a few practices, and it was nice to see the participants happy at the end of the sessions with what they'd learned and what they'd made.
It was fun and the participants really engaged in the work. It was a strong process that connected people's minds and thoughts, and then the result was a small object, something that could be hung and exhibited.
I have found this set of workshops really inspiring, and it was a nice way to reconnect with other people after this whole strange lockdown time of not really getting that chance to meet new people.
I think it went really well. I mean, I think it was a strange time for all parties, really, because obviously it was kind of coming out of that really odd period of people kind of not being able to sort of go anywhere. So maybe the numbers, you know, there were only, three or four people. Actually, we got 4 people, I think. But in terms of those that came, I think they got a lot from it. I thought it was a very rich, intense 2 hours that I was working here. And I was very happy with what they did.
I think it went really great, and it was really nice to see people kind of engage with it as we went along, which I thought was really exciting to see.
I think it went really well. Really wanted people to be as individual as possible and come up with their own ideas, and they really did. They looked crazy and really great, and everyone seemed to just enjoy it, so I was really happy.
My name's Suraj.
Anne Atkins.
Sam.
Georgina.
Cynthia.
Stephanie. Kieran.
Michael.
And have you enjoyed today's workshop?
I have actually. I've learnt quite a lot. I've learnt to try new things, to be creative, not to be scared to do anything different.
Yeah, very good. How to create things from material and how to make shapes to go on things.
I had good fun. 29 years. They're making our space from the book into it.
I like doing drawings and being creative. I learned how to draw a bit better than I usually do.
I enjoyed it because it's not something I normally do. I don't normally paint, so it was something new and creative with it as well. I learned all about primary colours and what colours make what, and like the different brush strokes and the different tools you can use. So I learned a lot from it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It has a good atmosphere and I really enjoyed it a lot.
I have learned to be a little bit more mindful in doing projects and stuff that take me away from my everyday problems. I was already like that many years ago, and it's just awakened that part of me again. It's been good to recognise that I can still let my mind go.
Yes, it was very good. How did the materials go together?
For me, it was really rewarding because the participants in my lesson were really receptive and really generous and appreciated what I was teaching. Yeah, it's something I would like to pursue again.
For me, the workshops were no different to any of the other workshops that I've facilitated. I really enjoyed it, and yes, it was through Zoom, but the participants were really friendly and up for a laugh, as well as doing the artwork itself.
Working with people with a different perspective, with a different point of view, with a different way of seeing the world is always a gift, because we see how similar we are and we see differences, which is really inspiring.
Okay, so it wasn't the first time I've worked with people with mental health and physical disabilities. I actually grew up with a mother who worked for social services, and so I've done a number of workshops over the years with people facing those challenges. So that just seems sort of regular to me.
To be honest, working with Isaac and Cypher, I couldn't, it was no different than working with anyone else, so I can't say that I felt like there was a difference. And doing the workshop, it's a little bit different in terms of I probably am a bit more engaged than hands-off, But that's also really rewarding and fun as well.
It was really good. I felt that it always takes a little while to sort of work out what support each person might need, and I hope I worked that out quite quickly, and it all seemed to go really smoothly, and I think everybody was happy.
Would you do a workshop like this again?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. They've been so much fun.
Yes, maybe let's even do it more longer hours if again possible.
I would say that looking beyond the labels, it's just always exciting to hear a different point of view or a similar point of view to your own, and just to make you feel connected with the world.